Hey YouTubers, it's me, Lonnie Clark, Nuts for Art. This is take two on the same message because that live feed uploaded and it was way too long. It was 41 minutes long. I apologize to you. I must have been really rambling. Anyways, this video is about telling UCYTV goodbye and thanking Jules. I don't really even know Jules's last name. We've been doing the radio together for several years, but I don't know her last name. But the UCYTV is ending its radio station on Friday. It's no longer going to be a radio station. Before the first cup, Jules's radio show is going to Spreaker. She suggested I go there, and I think I'm going to. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm going to. Chuck Ocelli offered me a place on his website, and if you guys don't know Chuck Ocelli, I suggest you go there. His shows are awesome. He's done lots of great research about the JFK issue. He talks about it a lot because he really thinks, and I agree with him, that's fundamentally really where the gangsters took over in our government. That's my short and dirty of that. But I am not going to accept that offer for the same reason that is happening now. Jules is having to close the station down because of some medical conditions in their family. And so that could happen to somebody else. So I think I'm just going to bring it to Spreaker myself. I do own the ageoffission.com. I'm going to get the website up and running. Please don't put me to a time frame because it'll happen. I'm actively engaged with KEPW.org. It's a radio station here in town. You can listen to the venue. They do play my show 3 times a week. One of the things, and I wanted to announce some of the things that's going to happen with the Age of Fission radio show, is that I'm taking it to Spreaker. I'm going to have it on 3 times a week, and it's going to not be in the morning. It's going to probably be like, I don't know, between 4 and 6 or 4 and 7. I think it's going to be like 5 o'clock or something like that. I want it in the evening when people get off of work, when they're driving home. People need to understand the goal with this show, and this is another thing I'm going to do. I am not only going to talk about nuclear contamination pollution, but I really am going to take it seriously about the self-love recovery. I'm going to show us websites and talk to Dr. Ross Rosenberg, who created this idea. I have a timer on so I don't go too fast. So it's at 12 minutes. Let me see if I can screen share, because I was on his website and I don't know if I have it up still. Is it here? No, that's the Google Hangouts. Doggone it. Hanford site. Let me go to the Hanford site thing. Here it is. Okay. No, I don't think I screen shared. So hang on, let me get back here. Did I screen share, present to everyone? Okay. And then let me get over here so I can move around. Okay, that's not that. There. This is his channel, and I strongly suggest that you follow him. And I'm going to just play this. I think we can play it and you can hear it. So I'm going to be quiet a few seconds.
Welcome to the Spoon of Consciousness podcast. My guest today is Ross, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Hey, I'm Ross Rosenberg. I am a psychotherapist, and that's kind of where I started 30 years ago. But along the way, I started to do a few other things, and I wrote a book called The Human Magnet Syndrome, Why We Love People Who Hurt Us. I'm a professional trainer. I also created a YouTube video channel where I have about 95 videos that people have spent a lot of time watching. So I'm pretty grateful to that.
I'm pretty grateful he's done that.
And I am involved in more projects than I can keep up with. And I'll talk a little bit more about those as we chat, but got a lot going on, a lot of spinning plates, as they say.
Okay, so this is what I would say. He explains this, the human magnet syndrome, and that has a lot to do, I believe. I'm going to stop screen sharing. Hold on. I just wanted to show you guys that. Stop screen sharing. We'll come back to me. Okay. The thing is, I had this epiphany that the way we're going to sustain humanity is for us to really embrace and love ourselves. We have this higher power that we can tap into when we are in a state of pure love, and self-love, where we accept our magnificence. That's where these ideas come from, these sparks of light, where we don't actually have to practice self-acceptance. We just accept, right? It's not part of what this magnet syndrome is about, is why we attract people that hurt us. And that has a lot to do with how we've been raised in our culture. And we can actually recover from it. So that's where he deemed that term self-love recovery. So I'm going to talk a lot about that. I hope that he'll come on the new radio show. I'm going to redo the intro. I'm going to keep some of the language. I'm going to change a little bit of it. It's going to be kind of an interesting time, and we are going to miss, I am personally going to so miss connecting with Jules on UCYTV. I almost did not continue the radio show because I just couldn't see not being on the radio with Jules. And I just thought, well, maybe it's the time. The time is done, and it's had its run, and I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to get back to my life. And I'll just find other ways to do activism, right? But that's not actually how it works. The universe is a funny little character. Chuck Ocelli offered me a spot on his channel when Jules told him that she was permanently closing the station. And I did not accept yet. I don't think I'm going to, because of the same reason that Jules is closing the station, because she's sick. Or she's not sick, she needs to recuperate. Let's just put it to you that way. She's working too much. It's too much. The radio station is too much with a family and frail health. She can't recuperate fully. So I agree with her that it's time for it to go. Jules is taking her show to Spreaker, which she recommended to me, which I looked into. It looks like a pretty sweet deal. It's not very expensive. And you can do it on a regular show. There's a lot of people that go to Spreaker regularly. I had never heard of it, but I guess there's a whole bunch of people who have alternative radio types, which I am not particularly an alternative radio type, right? But I guess I am, because here I am on alternative radio and doing YouTube. So I don't think I'm going to accept Chuck's offer. I'm going to say this publicly. I'm going to talk to him tomorrow about it, because he could get sick like Jules could get sick, and then I'd be stuck again. So I own the website, the Age of Fission, and I could do my own website, put my own podcast up there. And if he would want to carry my show, I could give it to him and he could just put the RSS feed on. That would be easy for him if he really does want to carry the show. That's what I'm going to propose to him. Just like KEPW carries my show. So that I like that idea, and they like it. I've gotten a lot of good positive feedback because of the way we conduct our show. I personally want it to be about us embracing life, not being scared. Last night I was on a live video feed. Let's see, 5 minutes with Gerard Kenyatta Hay, who is been my guest on UCYTV. He's a vlogger on Facebook and on YouTube. And I said something about nuclear contamination, or the proximity factor. I was talking about, because I went to go see Jeff Merkley yesterday, and he typed in the comments, wow, that's scary. And I don't want it to be scary, because this is our reality. We can't be scared of our reality. We live in a poisoned world. They are poisoning us. Tom Carpenter's coming on the radio show. UCYTV will be on tomorrow and on Friday on UCYTV, and the Age of Fission radio show will be there tomorrow and on Friday. It will be next week I'm out. Monday and Tuesday I will not be on Spreaker, but I'm hoping by Thursday I'll be up. By Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays, I'm thinking 5 to 7 because I kind of want to go 2 hours. I find an hour to be short on the radio show, just about the time you get going and you really get on a thing. But if it's an hour and a half, maybe it'll be an hour and a half or an hour. I'm going to make it in 2 parts so that KEPW can play an hour of it because they'll just cut it off at an hour. So at the hour marker, I will end and take a short break and then boom, do the second half if I feel like it. Basically on Spreaker, that's one of the advantages is I'll have a lot of flexibility. I get 3 hours a day. So if anybody out there has an idea for a radio show and you want an hour, and it's 7 days a week, I get 3 hours, and I really only want 2 hours or an hour and a half. I kind of want an hour and a half, which would leave an hour and a half for maybe a half an hour show. And then, so this is an idea that we can do, but it has to be people with ethics and integrity and a positive attitude. I am not about hosting a spewing out, even left-wing barf, you know. Everybody hates everybody and they're so dumb and they're so stupid and they're just sheep and blah. I'm so over that. I want us to lift each other up and face the age of fission and embrace the age of fission because it's here to stay, folks. We may not be, that's the sad part, but in the meantime, we do have each other still. We do have plants and birds and seeds and things like that still. We're not like Waterworld yet, where we're living on the ocean, doing what we can, living ragtag, you know. God forbid that does not happen. I have 2 minutes and 45 seconds till 15 minutes. So thank you, Jules from UCYTV, for all of your hard work, for giving the voice to this many people. You've managed 20 shows consistently. I don't know for how long, 7 years, I think you said. Thank you for your hard work. We will miss you and we have loved you. And I personally am very grateful that you gave us an opportunity, the Post Ignorance Project and the Nuclear Hot Seat and the Age of Fission. I'm so grateful because nobody has given nuclear contamination, nuclear waste, the nuclear liars. Nobody has challenged any of that. So thank you for your courage for doing that because I know that has taken courage because these people are not very good to us if you challenge them. So put your courage feet on, you guys. I think this is a better take too. Anybody, I had 4 visitors on the live feed and I don't know if you think that this is better, but I honestly think this is way better than a 40-minute rant and blah, blah, blah. So we'll see you on my radio show, The Age of Fission on Spreaker. I am going to be uploading them up to YouTube and I'm going to eventually get my website up. Probably, hopefully won't take too long. And the Age of Fission radio show, I could actually do it here on YouTube too. That's another thing, but I don't think I want to give YouTube. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about all this whole thing, but I have a minute left. Ciao, you guys. Talk to you later. Put your courage feet on. We'll talk to you soon. Join our radio show tomorrow and the next day. Listen to Tom Carpenter for real. He's awesome. Tom Carpenter from Hanford Challenge will be on the Age of Fission radio show, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Cross our fingers and hope he shows up. Ciao.